Hey, I just wanted to go over the sympathetic nerve pathways. This is like 10.1.3. Just wanted to give a quick little overview of it. Hopefully you can see the pictures. These pictures are something that I did on a whiteboard, just took a picture of and put it on here because it's a lot better than me trying to draw on the computer, I found. Anyway, so the first pathway we have is called the spinal nerve pathway. So the spinal nerve pathway is going to start in the lateral horn of your spinal cord, and it is going to go, so the preganglionic neuron, which is this red one, is going to leave from the lateral horn, is going to go down the anterior root and connect to the spinal cord, where it will travel for a short distance until it gets to the white ramus communicans, I think is how you say it. Where it will go through the white ramus communicants and enter the sympathetic chain ganglion. In the sympathetic chain ganglion is where it's going to synapse, which just basically means to move to another neuron. So we go from the preganglionic neuron to the postganglionic neuron, which is the green one. And the postganglionic neuron is going to leave through the gray ramus communicans and go down the spinal nerve, and it's going to go more to blood vessels and your skin is when you would use this kind of sympathetic nerve pathway. Something that I just wanted to point out real quick while we're on this is it's called the white ramus communicans because the preganglionic neuron is myelinated, making it look white, whereas the postganglionic neuron is not myelinated, making it look more gray. And over here I have written the steps, or just kind of the order how things go. Some of you I know are more visual picture learners, some of them are lists, so I hope in there it helps you somehow. The next pathway we have is called the sympathetic nerve pathway. Again, all these pathways that we go over are sympathetic. But sympathetic nerve pathway, it starts out the same way. We're still going to go from the lateral horn down the anterior root to the spinal nerve, where we will then go down the white ramus communicans and synapse in the sympathetic chain ganglion. Where things get a little bit different is instead of synapsing in that postganglionic going up through the gray ramus communicans, instead it is going to synapse the postganglionic nerve, will go down the sympathetic nerve, which will then eventually lead to our heart. And so that's the sympathetic nerve pathway. Again, it's using the sympathetic nerve, hence its name. The next one is called the splanchnic nerve. I think that's how you say it. It's how I say it. I guess it doesn't matter. It's a multiple choice test. But so the splanchnic nerve, it's going to follow that same starting pattern of we start in the lateral horn, we go down the anterior root, through the spinal nerve, through the white ramus communicans. But instead of synapsing in the sympathetic chain ganglion, we are then going to continue and we're going to go down the splanchnic nerve until we hit the collateral ganglia, where it will then synapse with the postganglionic neuron, and the postganglionic neuron will continue to your stomach and your intestines. So that is the splanchnic nerve. Each of these pathways are named after the nerves they use, if that's helpful. For the first three. The fourth one is named after the part of the body where you synapse. It's called the adrenal medulla pathway. Or at least that's what I call it, and that's what I was told it was called. Maybe it's called something else, but it will work for the test. So you're going to start with, again, at the lateral horn, go down the anterior root, through the spinal nerve, down the white ramus communicans, down the splanchnic nerve, and into the collateral ganglia. But instead of synapsing, you are going to go straight to the adrenal medulla, where you will then synapse with your adrenal medulla. Your adrenal medulla is going to produce norepinephrine, which then the norepinephrine will be released in the bloodstream, where blood goes everywhere. So everywhere with sympathetic receptors will then be activated because it is in the blood. So it creates a mass sympathetic reaction, kind of like an adrenaline rush. But these are the four pathways. I hope this video was helpful in helping you figure out what you need to know and at least maybe the pictures helped clear up some things or the steps on the side. But I hope that it was helpful, and I wish you the best of luck on the test.